Hey everyone, it's Chris from Recile's Reptiles, and we're back with a update video on my Pearl Island Boas, or Boa imperator sabogae. It's been about a year and a half since the previous update video I've made on my Pearl Island Boas, so I think it's about time to show you the animals that I've been growing, as well as some new additions I've made over the year and a half. The first one I want to show off is Medusa. She is an animal that you saw in the previous video. So she is a 2020 animal. She's about 4 years old now. And pardon the shed skin in the enclosure. This was recorded shortly after she completed shedding. But anyways, she's in a 4x2 by 15 enclosure, PVC enclosure with a radiant heat panel, with a hide, water bowl, bark, and all sorts of branches and leaves for her to hide under or to climb on top of. She's about 5 feet now. Um, and again, she was produced by Brandon Dowell from Galactic Boas in June 2020. Um, Brandon's pair that produced this animal was made by Kessel Doyer of Reptilandia to record them in the lightbox, plus it helps show their colors more better. So the next snake that I'm going to show is Percy. Percy is another animal that you saw from the initial video. This one was produced by Brian Boas. Brian produced this animal back in March 31st, 2022. The parents were both Vinrusu stock. My plans for Percy is to hopefully pair Percy with Medusa this upcoming boa season. This will be my first year attempting to breed the Pearl Island Boas, so if nothing happened, I wouldn't be too surprised. But it wouldn't hurt to try. If I do have any success with the pairing, I will update the channel, so stay tuned on that. But on to the next snake. This one is Bullwinkle. She is a female Pearl Island Boa. On April 12th, 2023, I acquired a pair from Brandon Dowell yet again. This is the same pairing that produced Medusa, so Brandon's animals were F1 Reptilandia stock. This will be making it an F2 generation animal. The male is in shed, so I won't be showing him on film right now. But the main reason why I wanted to get this pair from Brandon is that Bullwinkle in particular had really nice striping on the laterals that I was very curious on, and that's something that I wanted to acquire and hopefully work with as a breeding project someday. And getting extra male plus one doesn't hurt at all for my collection. But yeah, and then on to the next snake. So the last Pearl Island I'm going to show you is a female sabogae. Her name's Orochi. She was born on May 19th of 2023, so it's actually been about a year since I've gotten her. The sire to this animal is a Vinruso stock, while the dam is a Recile animal. So basically 50% related to Percy in that regard. And I got Orochi mainly because of how pretty I thought she was. I know it's pretty basic to say, but that's honestly how it goes. Right? You're just picking the nicest animals from the litter, quite literally. And she had the nicest, from the pictures, nicest pale coloration and nice orange saddles that I really like when it comes to Pearl Island Boas. I think hopefully if I could keep having these animals and be successful breeding them, I think a project down the line would just be selecting the most pale and orange animals from the bunch and keep bringing them together, kind of like what the hobby did with jungle carpets, from fairly brown animals to super black and yellow high contrast animals. That's one of the looks that I want to go for with the Pearl Island Boas, as well as I mentioned earlier, the reverse striping. But those are just dreams of mine at the moment. Right now, my goal is to hopefully produce some Pearl Island Boas this upcoming boa season. But if I don't, other places you could go to find Pearl Island Boas if you want to get one. And why wouldn't you? They're pretty active, curious animals. Their colors and patterns are very different from your typical boa constrictor or boa imperator. Their body plan is a little bit more different too. They're a little bit more elongated than the others in the complex. You could go to Fauna Classified. You'll see some on Morph Market every now and again, but you'll see a lot more on Fauna in my experience. But yeah, until next time.